Hello everybody! So in my first video, or the introduction, I mentioned that I was going to be doing interviews with other people with chronic illnesses, mental illnesses, or disabilities. But I thought as kind of a good introductory video to who I am, that I would essentially make the first interview be mine. So let's see how awkward this is as I ask myself the interview questions. So what are your illnesses? And give like a really short explanation of what they are. So I have been diagnosed with 2 illnesses. I have been diagnosed with postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome and the hypermobility type of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So POTS, basically the gist of it is that my blood pressure is too low. So when I sit or stand up, my heart has a really hard time pumping blood from my feet up to my head, and then if I stay sitting or standing for too long, I pass out. Luckily, I have the type of POTS that seems to be getting better over time, so it doesn't affect me as much anymore. I haven't been at risk for passing out in quite a few months now. The other illness that I have basically been diagnosed with is the hypermobility type of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It is a genetic degenerative condition of the connective tissue, which is basically all the stuff that holds everything in place in your body. And so the hypermobility type means that it affects your joints. And speaking of which, I should go put on my braces. I'll be right back. Really bad of me. Why wasn't I wearing my braces? Alright, getting back to that. Since I have the hypermobility type, my joints kind of spontaneously go out of place or dislocate. Was it hard to get diagnosed? So with my POTS, it took about 6 months to get diagnosed. So I went to my now primary care physician and she said, hey, it sounds like you have POTS, so you should go get tested for it. And what do you know? So Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, I haven't been 100% officially diagnosed. I have had 3 different doctors tell me that I have it, but they're not technically allowed to officially diagnose it. Only geneticists are. I'll actually be finally going to a geneticist June 1st. It's taken 2 years to find a doctor that's accepting new patients in my area to get diagnosed. And it's actually not even in my area. I'm driving 6 hours to get this official diagnosis, so. How did the diagnosis make you feel? So with the POTS diagnosis, I was really relieved to have an answer because I was getting really scared that it was all in my head. With the Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, again, I haven't been officially diagnosed. When I first heard from my rheumatologist that she thinks that I have it, it was kind of a shock. I was really confused. It was mind-boggling to me that I had this lifelong condition that was degenerative and would shape a lot of my future. How do your illnesses affect your life? I mean, my illnesses clearly affect my life a lot. My POTS, I got sick 3.5 years ago with POTS. It was my junior year of high school, and I ended up having to drop out because I was so sick that I could, barely get to the bathroom. So POTS, even though I'm a lot better now, I feel like I'm gonna have this kind of hangover of what POTS did to me, kind of. And feeling like you can't trust your body anymore. That leads to a lot of issues later on we have to deal with. With Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, I mean, I always have to be really careful to try to make sure that I don't hurt myself. But then you have to try to find the balance of I don't want to hurt myself, so I'm not going to do the thing, and I can't stop myself from doing everything on the chance that it might hurt me. What are your most challenging symptoms? My most challenging symptoms, so right now, not counting how I was like a year or 2 ago, right now it's definitely pain. My joints sublux and dislocate a lot more than they did a few years ago, and so it's been interesting kind of coming to terms with that and getting used to living with pain, because it's definitely not something that comes naturally. What do you do to stay above water psychologically? So I'm not someone who tends towards depression. You know, there's some people who, I don't know, genetically, hormonally, whatever, they're more prone towards depression, and I'm definitely not one of those people. I'm incredibly lucky. So that doesn't mean that I haven't struggled with depression, because I definitely have, but I have never really fallen in deep like I could have. But I think the things that have helped me the most, a couple things. I think that the most important is having a really good network of friends that you can talk to when you're feeling really down to get support, and people that'll validate your feelings instead of invalidate them. But I think it's important to both have that emotional support from other people and to know how to kind of pull yourself away from the bad thoughts. What was life like before your illness? I really wanted to study animals. I wanted to be an ethologist, which is essentially what Jane Goodall is. And I had this dream basically from like kindergarten. It was really hard for me when I realized that that dream wasn't something that was going to be attainable, or wasn't something that I could ever get. But you know, you have to find new dreams. But I mean, there's, you know, good things have come from my illness too. Before I got sick, I was really insecure. I never did anything for myself. Always doing things like I felt like I should do, not what I wanted to do. And after spending, I mean, essentially 3.5 years on my own, it's made me a lot more secure with who I am. I am proud to say that I am not any less happy right now than I was before. I think it was just easier for me to be happy before I got sick. So that's it, everybody. That is my interview. I hope you liked it. It felt really weird to interview myself. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. I will try to put out videos every single week. Leave a comment down below if you have something nice to say. If you have something mean to say, I will delete it. I don't need that negativity in my life. I don't. My name is Shannon Schneider, and I may be sick, but I am not broken.